Hey YouTube, it's SoulPram13 here with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Dr. Wu cassette 2-pack. This one being Brutality and Slaughter. I cannot remember their official names. I'm not as familiar with these ones. But they are the dinosaur cassettes that I believe come with Sound Blaster, not Sound Wave. But Soundwave is who I had out for this, so that's who we're going to be using. They are technically the same person. But we'll take a quick look here at the box. Here we got Slaughter in his dino mode. And I think, like, officially he's a T-Rex, but he looks much more like a Ceratosaurus with that horn. But either way, it's a cool dinosaur. I'm not going to complain. And then we got Brutality, who is obviously a Stegosaurus of some sort. And then here we got Brutality on this side, we got Slaughter on this side, we got logo, names and stuff on the top, we got our legal jargon and a QR code on the bottom, and our singular product shot there on the back. We also get a lovely instruction booklet, and there is all of that. For some reason it does show these guys transforming from Dino into cassette mode, even though they do come packaged in cassette mode. Then again, these figures are not like super complicated necessarily. You know, it's not hard to figure out. But there's that. And then they also come with these collector cards with their artwork on the front and product shots and tech specs on the back, and lots of little words in various languages that I cannot read. In fact, actually, that bottom stuff might be English. It's just very small. Yeah, and these are like super thin, like paperboard or whatever. So do be careful that you don't accidentally bend them. But yeah, these are neat. And starting off here, we'll take a look at Brutality. I really wish I could remember. I think it's like Overkill and something else. I really don't know. But you can kind of see his dino just hanging out here. He's got Type 1 VHS. Yeah, a sort of a yellowish brown for the main body with some hints of like a magenta there. I do have a few issues with this guy. Mainly just like how some of the things fit together, or rather like don't lock in. Like here, these do just kind of flop, and that doesn't really change when you transform him. They do just kind of hang out. But yeah, overall still okay. And we will bring Soundwave in here. Let's get Ravage out of there. And here's a comparison to a official cassette. You can see that they are essentially the same. They have made these compatible with your Kingdom and Legacy figures, which is always a bonus. As you can see, it fits in the chest. So go ahead and pop that out. And our other one, Slaughter here, just kind of there. And there's kind of like this weird bit going on here, but essentially as long as you keep everything, you know, tucked together, it still works as intended. Does it get stuck? And we'll just put Ravage back in now. Get him off to the side. But yeah, we'll go ahead and transform Brutality first. So this one's pretty straightforward for the most part. You just fold out the tail, fold out the head. Then you want to lift these panels up on both sides. Come under here, and you are going to split these legs. They do tab together under here. You're going to bring them out, and then just sort of fold them down, get them sort of lined up. And you want to use the hinges they're on to bring them all the way forward, kind of. Same for back here. You just kind of get them into position, but then fold them all the way back. Fold them all the way back. Now, there are these little like sliders here on both sides to get the the dorsal plates out, but I find that they aren't very good. So what I usually do is, he does come with the accessory guns, and I just kind of use that to push it up like so. And then you just close these back down and you move those legs to cover up those gaps for the hinges. And then we can just take these guns, and you can see there are 2 tabs, 2 sets of tabs to go into the 2 slider holes. And you can put the guns on either side, but I like to have this big like grid piece facing upwards, so that's the way I put them on. But they can fit on both sides. And there we have our little dyno. And as you can see, these still just kind of flop around. That's one of the issues I have. The limbs are all on ball joints and hinges, so you do get some back and forth and in and out, just pretty much all the motion you really need as far as what a stegosaurus would do. No real movement in the tail aside from that hinge. The head does rotate around though. Not sure why he would want to have his head on upside down, but hey, you can do that. That is a thing you can do if you want. Yeah, overall, the only really new things is that now we see the legs and the dorsal plates, which are done in that sort of magenta color. But otherwise, yeah, a nice little figure. Put him over here. And now if we move on to Slaughter, this one has a bit more of an involved transformation, but it's still not, anything too crazy. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take these pieces and you're going to sort of bring them down, and you want to unfold this at this hinge here. And then you're going to straighten this piece out like so, and like so. You want to make sure that you get it down, then you start straightening it out because it can catch here. You do want to make sure that it's been brought down. Then you just tab that all together like so, and you're going to rotate this up like so. Then we are going to bring these 2 pieces down, bring them together, and that'll form the main body. And we are going to take the legs, and they are in just a teeny tiny little post right here, just to keep them in place. And you can just bring those down. Just take it off that post, bring it down, set it up however you want, and then you can bring the little arms down, and then fold out those claws, fold out those claws. Then you want to bring the head over like so. Then you're going to take this big white piece here and fold that up and around and into his back like so. Just angle the head, and there you have the dinosaur. And then we can take his little cannons, and these posts will go into these ports, and you just plug those onto his back, plug these onto his back, and there we have him in his dino mode. And he does have ball jointed hips and shoulders, just a little hinge at the claw. Does have a double hinge for the legs, so you do get some posability in how you move those legs around. You do get 2 hinges in the tail, so you can move those back and forth, and if you want you can twist it. It's just on a little mushroom peg here, though it does kind of look a little weird if you flip it back around. It's not completely even with the back, so just be aware of that. The head is on a double hinged piece here, so you do get some position mobility with the head, although it does look a little bit weird depending on how you pose it. And you do actually get an opening mouth on this one. It's kind of hard to see on my all white background there. Yeah, and his teeth are actually painted a nice little silver. It does also have some little bit of yellow there for the eyes. I think that's sort of showing up. But yeah, neat little dinosaur. Dinosaurs, like Jurassic Park. Now, I don't have any sort of official correspondence version, whatever you want to call it, for these guys, but I do have some MP scaled ones from the Robot Paradise pack, so I actually can do a little comparison here with those. So there's how they look. And just to get an official cassette in here, here they are next to the blue one. You can argue about which one is the blue one in the comments below. Give me your engagement. Go ahead and get these guys out of there. Get you out of there. But yeah, these are some cool figures. I'm always down to have more dinosaur transformers, and having some more cassettes for my sound waves and sound blasters and regular blasters and all that is always a plus in my eye. These are nice little figures, and again, these like Dr. Brew 2-packs usually cost around like $25 to $30. Not terribly expensive, and you know, they do good stuff. Definitely good quality materials and fun little transformations. They make great desk bots, honestly. They're great for the desk bots. So yeah, I definitely approve of these. I'm happy to have these in my collection. And I think that's really about it for this review in particular. So we'll go ahead and wrap things up there. I hope you all enjoyed, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.